Okay, let's let's try this stream again, but without the without the music that's going to get me banned. I've been completely out of sync trying to get back in the swing of things, and I've been back in California for the past 2 weeks. But I did some pretty interesting things, and we're going to talk a little bit about them. Just trying to find the right place to stand so that I'm somewhat in the frame. Also, it is very hot in this office today, so sorry if you hear the background fan. So, all right, one of the things that I built while I was in California is a new little app to test out different actions in my game, because I started realizing that as I kept working on the tile map editor, it was starting to become just impossible to reproduce all of the all the things that needed to be sorry, I'm like now I'm distracted because I forgot to redo my chat here, my local chat. Whatever. All right, if you're talking to me on Google, sorry, or YouTube, I'll do my best to keep looking over the screen. So anyway, so what does this thing do? So we can add different actions. So let's do a quick A button. We're going to delay this by 0.3 seconds. And if we add this and now rerun this, you see how it starts as starting test suite. We'll rerun this. It'll play the game, and it's supposed to go to the next frame, but now it doesn't want to. Maybe, I think part of the problem is this delay. I think this has to like delay a lot longer. Also, I don't know why it's doing this, but cool. Well, it's good to see that nothing is working. It wouldn't be a Monday stream had things actually worked out. Let me see what's going on here. We are on the right branch. I wonder if I had made changes to this and didn't commit them. How would I fix that? Yeah, I trust this. That's fine. Let's see here. Let's SSH into my NAS. And we're going to go to CD Coder Workspace, CD Game Boy Test Frame. I misspelled it the other day when I was setting it up. So what I wanted to see, ls git status git push all. Let's see if I actually needed to push everything. Everything's up to date. That's cool. Git pull all, git fetch. Well, everything's up to date. So I was messing around with some stuff, so I clearly broke it. Let's do this. I've been messing around a lot more now with Copilot, and I have almost all but abandoned Lovable at this point. I just couldn't deal with it anymore. It was just getting so bad and so expensive. So I'm gonna have this start. I'm gonna just start doing some stuff here, have it start working, and then we're gonna start working through what we need to do in order to actually make this tool useful. So can you look into a bug where the emulator display goes back to native size instead of staying scaled up like on the first load. All right, let it go figure out this, and then we're going to do some other stuff here. Let me close this stuff out. We don't need this. So I'm kind of curious why this isn't working. Let me see if I can do another button press We'll do this in another second, and we'll make this button A. We'll add this action, and we'll play it, and it's supposed to show me... Yeah, okay, so it did trigger. The thing is that this needs like a lot of time to build up. So let's just give it like 2 seconds. And what you'll see, what should happen, excuse me, I'm really burpy today. It's gross. Is that when we play this back, it'll wait, it'll hit A, and then it's going to hit A again. Although it didn't really give me that delay in between. Hold on, let me add a wait here. And let's just, we'll move this here and replay this. There we go. All right. So that's part of what this can do. It just needed a little bit more of a delay. It's going to give me some errors right now because it's probably working on stuff behind the scenes. Yeah, it's coding some stuff. So while it does that, let's go into GB Studio, and open up our project. So our recent, oops, stop that. I didn't mean to do that. Recent, cool. Is this the right version? Yeah, this is alpha. Documents. Now I wonder if Reaper Boy GB. Actually, I don't think I really did any. I don't think I did any coder on this. The coding while I was away. What is going on? Like, why can't this open this project up? All right, there we go. I'm like, oh my god, is everything gone? So if we rerun this, so the goal of the tester is that I want to actually have the tester running locally in a Docker container, and I'm going to map the output folder for where a game is emulated, or at least when you do a testing here, it should publish the game, and then the test will go through and it'll actually take. So there's some other stuff that we could do. Let's see if it's like fixed itself. What we could do is we can also take screenshots. So if we wait like 0.2 seconds, add a screenshot. Whoops. And we can add one more screenshot. Actually, some of the other like quality of life things I was adding is that you can just copy these things and paste them. So if we now rerun this, what's going to happen is that it's going to take a screenshot. I see that it's already fixed the scaling issue, which is good. And now we can look at the results. And when we look at the results, you'll now see that we have a screenshot for each state of what's going on. So I could see already that this needs to happen. Like, let me actually just get rid of this entire delay. And we'll make it 0. So as soon as we press the button, let's have it take a screenshot. What I was looking at here in the results was that it pressed the button, but there's a 0.2 second delay, so you could see that the frame is actually going away. And I want to see if I can just capture it immediately. I don't know what the delay is between an input and a screenshot, but it should. Yeah, okay, it caught it in time. So the goal, the end goal here is that I want to make it where I can approve certain screenshots and then try to match the data to the next round of testing. But I haven't figured out how I want to automate that yet. What I do need to do is I need to remove. I was working on a lot of test code here. Oh, good, we're back up and running. That's interesting. This doesn't have. Did I open up the right thing? No. No. This is a very, very old version of this. Stop that now. I think I was working back on my server, but it looks like I lost that connection. Let's go to, this is the other workspace. Let's go to this workspace because that's not confusing at all. Jesse Freeman Projects, GB Studio, Reaper Boy Metatiles. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to do, I didn't realize the entire time I was talking, it was actually compiling. That's really sad. What my plan is that I'm going to start going through. I only have, I don't know, maybe until like noon. I can start streaming. I just wanted to get like one stream back under my belt now that I'm back. I think what the plan is going to be is I just want to see. There's a couple of things I need to get working. I want to get this tester working. I want to get the game itself back to a place where I understand what the hell I was doing before I went on break. And then I want to make sure that the one thing that I'm noticing is that this emulator doesn't move the screen correctly. So I don't know what it is, but it doesn't, it's not, see how in the, at least on this, what is going on? Reset. Oh man, where am I and what am I doing here? Let me see something on my other computer. Give me 1 second because I don't know if I have some code or something that I just didn't commit back over. Let me actually open up Visual Studio. I don't remember where this project is. It also doesn't help that it's on a screen that's like completely as far away from me as humanly possible. On a completely different computer. You know what? Why don't we just do this? We're just going to use the magic of Parsec. Where's my Lenovo? There we go. Close this and this. And I wanted to remember where this was. Come on. As you can see, I clearly do not have this computer set up for streaming. I'm such an idiot. I forgot to look at the path. Alright, so this is on OneDrive Documents Reaper Boy GB. Alright. I think I copied this over on the flight. Alright. Let's open. Oh my god, stop. We're done with this. Whatever the hell this was. I was trying to do something on the airplane. Let's see if I can get Visual Studio locally to connect. Open folders to connect to my server, my dev server, but that didn't work out very well. All right, what I wanted to see was git branch. Okay, I should be on 1.9 engine. But you know what? I think, let's go back here. Let's go back to, how do I make this a window? There we go. Let's open up a new, yeah, you continue to iterate, although I think you already finished what you needed to do. Let's open a new window here, and then we'll open up this project. Open up folder. We need to go to workspace, Jesse. Projects, GB Studio. Let me, oops. It wants my attention. All right. Yeah, just stop. Okay, you just relax. I wanted to unpin this from quick access. Unpin this from quick access. And then do this. All right, and while I'm in here, let me just send to, let's just make a backup of this because I don't remember what I was doing. And that's generally what happens when you're gone for 2 weeks and try to jump right back into things as if nothing had happened while you were away. So there's one thing that I want to check, and this is, did it create that zip file? I guess it's not going to show it to me because it's nothing I can open up. Let's open up this folder here. Let's close this. I think what was happening was that I was working on this plugin, And I didn't save any of the stuff back. Oops. Please make sure you have the right access. Could not read from remote directory. Git project. Alright. Why? Oh, interesting. This opened it up. GB produce. Wait, I am so confused. Where am I? Alright. Print working directory. Clear. Git status. Trying to see where the hell I am. All right. Quit. Git push. Wait. I am on the wrong computer. Let's see. So git push. Wait. Let's do clear. Git status. And let's do git add all. Closing out test. Scripts. Hey, Mike, how's it going? Good morning. I am trying to remember what the hell I was doing before I went out to Cali. Git push all. And let's see, now, let's see if this has now moved over to here. Git fetch all. Oh wait, this isn't going to work because I need to SSH into the server because I have to do everything as difficult as possible. SSH NAS at studio NAS local. I don't think that's the right password. Nope. Negative ghostwriter. Alright, CD. We're now looking for workspace. Oops. My keyboard layer messed up. Oh, it's volumes, workspace, Jesse, projects, GB, Studio, Reaper Boy, Meta, Tiles, clear, Git status. I think we need to do a fetch first. Git fetch. Alright. Git branch. Let's see what we have here. Do we have the new branch? Oh no, cool. I love it when this happens. Quit. Clear. Git status. I think I needed to reconnect it to, yeah, this bullshit. Alright. Well, it's Monday. This is V0.1.9. And let me get rid of these weird characters that sometimes get added. Also, while I'm at it, let me close out Parsec, because I don't think there's anything else to do here. So there's no reason to be back on this computer. Whoops. GB Studio, where is this? Well, while we finish this, let me see. There's one other thing I wanted this to do, and I'm trying to figure out. I was coming up with a plan for. It's funny that oh, there we go. Now it's running the game again. All this is working. I was trying to see if I'm just trying to see if there's anything like low-hanging fruit I could have it do while we're. I mean, what I don't understand is that it clears the tests every time we refresh. So let's have it work on that while we are doing some other stuff. So, what project am I in? Game Boy Test Framework. This is it. Okay. Now I want you to save the test results in local storage between each refresh. Alright, let's have it work on that, and we are going to focus on what is going on and which version of this I need to be at. Git command 020. I thought I erased that. There we go. Clear git fetch all wait, git fetch alright, whatever. I guess it's not pulling down another branch. I don't know if I really committed that other branch, but alright. Now let's go back and rebuild the game and see what happens. So if we rebuild this now, this should get me up to the latest code that I had right before I started building out a in-Game Boy test framework, and then quickly realized how much of a pain in the ass that was going to be and how it just didn't make any sense. But I'm really concerned because there's some stuff here that's supposed to exist that doesn't exist. And like that's broken. You know what? Let's do this. Let me go and see what's running on my the computer I took with me on my trip, and see if there's anything that I. Wait. No. Stop. Cancel build. I'm in the wrong screen. Here we are. Let's just make this full screen real quick. And I need. Nope, that's coming from my main PC. Oh, I just saw it a minute ago. Come on. Give me back the, oh, here. So I spent all last week for 2 straight weeks, almost 15 hours a day in a studio recording all about C# design patterns, and it was exhausting. But I'm actually really proud of what this course is going to be for LinkedIn Learning, and as soon as I have some more on it, I will share. I need to also work on some stuff so that I can, I had built a companion website with it called designpatterns101.com, I think, and I need to update that. It was a little bit of a little lovable project that I was messing around with, and I was trying to use the last of my credits in Lovable. Whoops, there I am. Hey, look at that. Come on, we could do this a little faster, right? I actually wanted to check on the status of keep, and let's go back here, and then let's see when we do this. Oh, cool! I lost my actions. We will wait for 2 seconds, and we will add a quick button press for A, and we'll wait 1 second before we actually do it, and then let's just take a screenshot. All right, so now we have the result. Let's view the result. All right, we caught it just as it was closing out the animation for that bottom panel, And what I wanted to do is when I restore, that was weird. When I refreshed it, I don't get my actions until. All right, so something is wrong here, and this is a bigger problem. I think this is a bigger thing of what I need to work on. Okay, that works. When I refresh the page, it doesn't automatically restore my past actions from local storage. It works if I go to reports, then back, it reloads correctly. All right, you go figure that out. Let's see in this lens what is going on here. All right, so this is what I was afraid of. I think a lot of the code that was actually working is in this branch. And now I gotta remember how to get this branch over to this computer because I don't remember clear, git status, git push all. Why don't we just do this? Why don't we just do git checkout main git merge v0.1.9 dash engine and then git push all. I am too lazy to deal with git right now, so I am just going to push it all to main. And since this isn't a real project, or real is in the sense that I'm not doing it with someone else or in a team, I can cut these corners pretty easily. Clear print working directory. We need the SSH one. Okay, now git status. All right, git fetch all. Right, now git check out main. Git pull all. Oh yeah, right, I need to set the upstream. There's got to be a better way. I don't do a lot of this stuff. Like, I mean, I've known Git for a long time, but I haven't like really dug into like the more complicated stuff in Git for a very long time. So I've become so rusty with it. This is just main, pull all. This password is starting to get annoying. And git status. So let's now reload this project. Switch projects, don't save. And we are going to get rid of this and use this one. I don't know. All right, and then build it. And then while this builds, let's go check back in. Here we can close out parsec because we don't need this. Now let's go check on what we've been doing here. So keep your changes. Oh, here we go. All right. So all I need to do now is remove the test. But what I wanted to do from here is let me just test real quick that this is actually now restoring my past test. All right. I was trying to come up with a process for... all right, let me start a new chat. I have a really complicated thing that I wanted to do. I need to move this over to a database because I've been using local storage and it's just too difficult to like sync between the multiple computers I'm usually switching off between. So I need to create a database, and the problem I've been having with a lot of this stuff is that I've wanted it to be like this, like sort of how WordPress is, where you just do a configuration script and it builds out the database for you. I haven't gotten there yet. And I also need to set up a database on my Sorry, I was just looking at a message. So, okay, what am I doing here? What I want to do is I want to get this to where it actually sets up a database, and I'm looking on my other computer for a Directus and is it MariaDB? MariaDB? I'm just assuming that's what it is. I want to set up a Directus plus MariaDB database. And so let me do this. Let's close all this stuff out real quick. And before we get ahead of ourselves, what we need to do is set up a new terminal. And I'm gonna save all the work that I've done before. So let me do git status. This will not work because I need to SSH. Well, you know what? We'll just, yeah, we can just SSH in. NAS at studio NAS local. Whoops. Clear. I guess this is, no, clear. SSH NAS at studio NAS dot local. All right. Now we need to cd into coder workspace ls cd Game Boy test frame work. All right. Clear. And now git status, git add all, git commit -m. Cleaning up size, screen size, and restore in local storage. All right, I just want to push all this stuff out and, whoops. Clear, git branch, git checkout main, git merge, v1.2, 0.1.2, git branch. Yeah, I want to now git branch, branch v0.1.3, git checkout v0.1.3, and Bob's your uncle. All right, so now that I have all of this stuff saved, now it's time for me to tell ChatGPT, or, well, not ChatGPT, I've actually been using Claude more, which is so much better. ChatGPT, I don't know what's happened, but it's gotten so bad lately, and I've just started to really enjoy using Copilot now, way more than I did Lovable. Like, it just, at least I can actually work in the code. I can jump in and I don't have to deal with the stupid credits, and it uses, I don't know how many, manage my premium paid requests. I was using the hell out of it last week. I went through my pro stuff, and I'm still only at $31. And to get the same amount of money of what I had to put into Lovable is costing me almost $400 or $500 a month. It's just a joke. So there's no competition. This is so much better. And what I want to do now is I want you to come up with a plan on how to migrate the actions and the results so that they can be saved in a database. I want to, I'll be using Directus plus MariaDB, and I want the initial setup to check for the database. If none, once connected, validate that all the tables and permissions are set up, and if not, offer a install script to run to build out the tables. I want to fully move off of local storage and into the database. I'll set that up separately. So can you come up with everything we need to do as a plan, as a markdown plan to keep track of our progress. This is probably one of my favorite features of this, is the ability to is the ability to be able to tell it, like, hey, I want you to create a plan for what we need to do. And so I've been keeping a lot of these plans. I just put them in a docs folder, and now it's going to go through, it's going to analyze everything, and then let me know what we need to do in order to move forward. Now, what I need to do, and this really wasn't what I was planning on doing, but I probably should just do it. I'm just going to spend some time on the stream working on weekend code project.dev, building out this template. I was starting to do this the other day, and I wasn't really happy with the way that it was going. I'm going to call this Directus plus MariaDB. All right, and dash MariaDB, and we're going to call this Directus plus MariaDB. All right, and let me just make this a database, and we're going to save this. Now, while it does this, I still am using ChatGPT for some stuff. So while it does that, I want to look at my other templates, and I have this Docker container that I've been using. Resources, source code, edit. All right, so let's tell this one now. I need you to help me migrate over my old Directus plus MariaDB coder Terraform template to my new way of doing templates. I'll show you the new template, then the old, then before you talk, respond. Before you show me code, you show me code. Let's discuss the plan. All right, so that's the new one. This is my old one. All right, so let's have this, figure this part out. We're just gonna have, this is basically what I do now, is I just have like 3 or 4 projects open at the same time. I just have AI like sort of going through things while I can free up to do the stuff that I want to do. Key highlights. Okay, there's 4 main collections: test, game actions, hierarchical action support with a parent-child relationship for nesting actions, screenshots, storage to Directus file system, project-based organization for better data management, migration strategy, schema design, installation scripts, back-end API layer, front-end integration, implementation, step-by-step checklist, deployment, installation, and maintenance procedures, data preservation. I don't need to care. I don't care about. All right, let's continue to update this. I don't care about what's currently in local storage. Let's focus on a new system. I want to be able to tie a version. I want to be able to create specific scripts and scripts, load them up, and store related results in association with that script. Script, and we'll need a way to navigate the script. Let's not worry about I don't want to worry right now about users. Let's just have a single user. Last, I'd like to upload new versions of the game and store them in the database. Each one I need a way of promoting. I need a way of selecting a version to run the test against. And what else do we need to do? This is my favorite part, is I can just tell it all the things that I want to do, and I don't feel like having to. I'll let it think through it, then I'll just clean it up. I need a way of selecting a version to run the test against, and the results should be associated to that version, so I can rerun the result on that version. Whoops, that version, but create new scripts or run the same script on newer versions. So I'll need to be able to upload GB games, name them, and manage and have manage them with rename and delete. If we need to re-upload it, we can always do that again. All right, so let's have that figure that out, and then let's go back to what I was doing over here. And so now I want to have this migrate over. So I want the workspace structure, keep the mounts direct. Set up move all SQL commands into the drop all the MongoDB service handling, keep only MySQL. The directive setup, npm and move directives bootstrap start, environment traffic author, reuse your setup and merge only specific logic needed. Okay, here's what we want to do now. I want you to, here are the things I want to do. First, use the coder Docker file and just install Node plus everything else needed to get this up and running. Next, what I wanted to do was let's do, so this is where I was getting stuck on before. What I want to do is I have a system in place that allows me to, it like randomly generates out passwords. Let me see if I can find coder. I'll go to like one of my projects, like even this project, I can go through and I think it's now here. Yeah, I have like a secret workspace. I actually can show it. I don't really give a shit. So I could use this code if I wanted to password protect it. But one of the problems I was having was that it's hard for me to, like, in a database, I don't want to recreate that password every single time. So I need to come up with a better system for saving the password. I want to reuse the random generated password system. So make that the password for the DB. I want to use the same mount path, so it creates the workspace project workspace folder, which is named after the project on my computer, and you can put directus db etc inside of that. I want you to change the default startup command to one that will kick off everything. You can remove the Trafic auth because it's now using its own auth system, and put the README logic to volume, mounting, workspace, directus, fine, updates. Ensure you are using the new mount path for workspace, which is inside the coder user folder. Update the coder.admin panel. Reuse your new preview. Yes. Yes, I want the preview to go to the directus admin. And what's the last thing I want to do? Directus bootstrap, and I don't care about this other stuff. All right, let's start there. And see how it works. So I probably should have told it I want a full Terraform, but that's fine. I'm gonna walk through. Let's see what it does, and then I'll walk through that. And then here, let's look at this guide now of what it needs to do for the database. And I just realized I know now how I need to manage the user for the database. What I need to do is that the admin always is tied to the password, but I just need to create a new user for the app itself, so that way that password and username stays static, but the admin is always changing for security. Let's take a look at what this. Okay, so script-based architecture, scripts name, reusable action sequence database, script management, no local storage dependency, game version, ROM upload, version tracking, file integrity, hash for file val. I don't even know why we need that, but CRUD operations, rename, delete, and manage game versions. Script plus version section, choose any script to run against any game version. Results associated. Results are tied to both script and game versions. Execution history, track all the test runs with filtering capability, rerun capability, database schema, game version, test scripts, script actions, test execution metadata, sure, whatever. Execution results, new components. Let me keep these changes right now. What would it take to make all of the script actions come from the database and configure them in there. Oops, them. Are there enough common features, or should this remain hard-coded because of the dependency on manipulating the you know, this is a stupid idea. My brain like naturally wants to put make everything editable and everything like modular, but this is a terrible idea right now. What I wanted to do is see okay, can I just define all these actions in the database? But the problem with that is that it forces me into coming up with a whole new system and how stuff in the database interacts with stuff. It's just so not worth it. All right, so let's see here. I'm gonna context switch a bunch today, just because I want to make sure that I am building the database at the same time. So use the Coder Enterprise Ubuntu image right, install Node Directus Maria, then use random password work sequence DB and admin password. Mount everything under project home coder workspace. No, you screwed that up, etc. Update the default startup command to launch Directus. Remove the traffic auth. Set the preview app. One correction. The root of the project will be in, so no need for the project name that is already created on my NAS. Externally when making the new project. Can you confirm? Confirm root project. Now the mount is now yes. Yes. I want you to create I want you to update my new template with the changes and show me the full code in the canvas. All right, let's let it do that thing now, and then we'll come back over here. So game version, so there's a lot of issues here. Complete script management with database persistence, game version control. Okay, what I want to figure out before we do any of this is before we migrate and break everything, should we test this out in local storage and to model it all out, then move to the database? Absolutely, that's a smart approach. Testing this new architecture with the local storage first. Validate phase 1 local storage prototype. Okay. All right. I want you to update the plan and start on the local storage migration. Okay, so that will do its thing in the background. Let's come back here and let's see what it's done. It is still writing out this entire thing. I just want to make sure that... Oh, cool. Did it, get rid of... Oh, I hate when it does this. Why is it not using the labels? All right, it's supposed to be using the labels, which it's not. I just want to see if it still has hard-coded things in here. No. Okay. All right. I asked you not to make change. I asked you to use my new template. So why did you remove the local labels usage? I want it to remain as close to the original template as possible. Just update what we talked about. This is the stuff that's like driving me nuts now with ChatGPT, where it's just like it just goes off the rails, does whatever the hell it wants, and it's no longer following directions. It's turning on us. So my goal here is this, and this is probably what will take me to the end of today's stream. My goal is to get the foundational stuff working as if it's connected to the database, just using local storage. And then from there, once I know that it works correctly in local storage, then I can migrate it over to the database. And in the interim, I'm going to continue to work on getting the database up and running. And I can't believe I didn't think of this before, but I was so like burnt out from my trip in California that when I was working on how do I implement this Terraform thing for this database from my old setup, like I don't know why I didn't think about the fact that the admin should always have a unique password, and that I should just make a user for the individual application. So it's fine. You live and you learn. I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to get my chair so I can sit down, and then let's see what this thing spit out for us. All right, I am back. So I'm open up enough of this door that I can at least vent it. I had to go over to I get allergy shots, and I had to go get an allergy shot this morning, and it's so gross outside in New York. Volumes, excuse me. I'm just trying to see what it does here before I... Okay, can you, I had some other stuff here that I liked in different templates. Where is my Lovable template? Okay, can you pull out the, take a look at this and implement something similar where the startup command passes in the port dynamically from the environment variable, so the public facing web port is always mapped correctly for the direct, no, oh my god, for the traffic routing. All right, let's see if this can update this. And I just wanted to see, what is the startup? Wait, did this? Oh, I was making sure it didn't delete all this stuff before. Password, code parameter, exposed ports, fine. Workspace secret. Ensure workspace directory, fine. Main, random password, secret depends on. I don't think this is going to work. I think it's missing stuff. Where's the... what? I don't know why it's like screwing this up. Like the start command is currently missing from your updated template. I'll restore it. Yeah, well, like, why did you remove it? All right. This just requires like so much more babying now than before. Let's check in on this and see what it's doing. This one's very much more hands-off. And I'm like months, if not days, away from canceling my incredibly overpriced subscription to ChatGPT. I have more and more stuff running locally now, and that's my plan, is to completely get off of this. This is the lovable command. Is there anything else missing from the Terraform template I just showed you? We should have. Also, there is no need to save the randomly generated password for Traefik, since it's not using it. Just pass that into the container in a way that the admin can use it. All right. Yeah, continue iterating. We'll see what you come up with. Since you're no longer using a... Wait, I want to understand something here. Okay, creates the random password. Let me know if you want to rename the password var to db password. Random password. What uses random password? No, I am fine using, as long as you are correctly using it for the database admin. Yes, you're using it. Final thoughts to double check. Random password is used only in the environmental, not saved anywhere. All right, startup script sets the port and uses the startup command. The volume mount path find Traefik labels are correctly generated. No leftover. Is there anything else I need to take into consideration to let external apps talk to the database with the Cloudflare tunnel I'm using for the Traefik routing? All right, now I've set the current layout, navigation menu. Okay, let's see what this thing generated for us. Nothing good, so let's go back and tell it to. All right, here's what to consider external apps. So your MongoDB business is running inside the container. It's listening on locals inside the container. You're not exposing to the host or through traffic, so external access is blocked. Recommend do not expose through traffic or Cloudflare tunnel unless you absolutely trust the client and use strict firewall tunneling. It's insecure. Instead, use a secure API gateway like Directus for data access, which you already are doing. If external apps must connect directly, no, I only if Directus will be the endpoint, I'm fine with that and not fully exposing the database. Are there any other configuration things I need to consider for setting up Directus? What will be its username, its password, or are they shared? Since using Directus only as the external endpoint, it's not exposing. You're already passing in the same. To be fully explicit in Directus, you might also add these to the container environment blocks. Directus admin user is created with a predictable email tied to a workspace owner. Admin password is the same as the DB password, which you're already doing. Other configuration notes: if you're sticking with Directus as the public entry point, no need to expose right node. Let me add the admin. Yes, add the admin email and password. I need to set up a new, just hard code it to Jesse at Weekend Code Project. Actually, can you use the coder user email? All right. And here, this is coming back to here. I see the issue. I need to run this command because it doesn't really have access to this. This is the weird part about my setup right now is I need to like run the commands. Allow. I need to run these commands here, which is the web view of this. Let's see. Script system, game version, upload a game. Why can't I? Oh, choose the file. GB Studio, Reaper Boy meta tiles. Oh, I need to export this. Hold on. All right, test script, execution, results. I don't like this setup. I want to, while we're doing, if we're doing this, ran that and it works. Can we try this a different way? I want to start by creating a game project, and when creating that game project, upload the initial version of the game. When you come to the root of the site, it should have you pick a game first. Then you should have the list of actions or scripts. Clicking on a script takes you to the emulator and runner page, which populates the past results, and clicking on a past result will give you the option to rerun with that version of the game. You should always be able to update the version of the game or select the past version to run the currently loaded test or script with. All right, let's have it finish this up a little bit. Right now I'm more concerned about this. Done. The container now receives an email and an encoder user and admin password from the random password environment. You're all set up for directives to boot. Okay, let's stop talking about it and let's actually test this out. So I believe this is it, right? We're in Weekend Code Project Dev Templates. Let's paste this in and build it and see where we get. Sometimes if I get like too far down the rabbit hole with ChatGPT, like nothing works, and then I'm like sitting here iterating over things that just never worked to begin with. Let's call this V1. And we're going to duplicate it. And we're going to create a workspace from this. We're going to call this Directus Test 1, right? Is that Directus? Yep, okay. I'm just going to support, well, we'll leave it at 55 and see if that works. All right, let's create the workspace and see what happens. So the goal now is that once this creates, it already crashed. Perfect. It crashed and I got this error running the template. All right, now what I want to make sure here is that I have my editor, I have my project. Let's move this here because this is more of how my brain works. This project, this. And I am looking for here. Answer in the chat instead. I fixed the JavaScript and now properly installs Directus, sets MariaDB, bootstraps the app, and uses the cleanly with no broken quotes. So you say. I don't believe you. But let's see what the Terraform compiler has to say. Well, you passed that, V2. And now here we will update and restart this project and see if we can get it up and running. Well, it does that. I want to see if, yeah, we delete this test, this or whatever that service thing is. Sometimes the only problem here that I've noticed is that if it wants to like do something with the file system, which rightfully it should, it has to ask you for permissions. So sometimes I don't even notice that it's been like just sitting there for a while, running on something. Error run apt-get. Yeah, it needs to use sudo. I believe you need to use, which was part of the new templates I shared with you, moron. All right, continue. Sometimes there's definitely a disconnect now when it tries to do like file manipulation stuff on Windows, even though it's like loaded from my server and I'm not really connected to the server and blah, blah, blah. I don't know if there are ways to tell Copilot to SSH in to run commands, But let's see what's going on right now with this. I fixed all the install commands now. And wait, did it just do the same problem as before? Still getting this error. I think I copied this in. Well, let's have it do one more check just to see what's going on. Other things that I've noticed that it likes to do is that it likes to publish v3. It likes to start, oh my god, out of the way. It likes to start truncating the code that it gives me back, and that truncation usually cuts out like critical things that are needed in order for it to run. It's like hard not to like, I want to scratch my shoulder right now because I got one of those allergy shots in it, and it just, I think it's blown up, but it doesn't feel particularly great. Alright, looks like we're getting further than before. It's actually doing something. Oh, you know what I wanted to see was that py or I think I got rid of the command to build out a test thing, right? Let me see where is my settings. Go to settings. Okay, good. I had something in here that generated out like a test code before, but package has been decommissioned. Warning, does this work now? Well, that didn't work. Oh, cool. Did it just like delete that whole thing? Okay, here we go. Some error logs. All right. I'm so jet lagged and tired. Normally when I travel, I just stay on New York time zone. But 2 weeks in a place was a lot. It was hard. I mean, I still stayed in some like really weird in between. I would get up at like 3 in the morning out in California, which is technically later than I get up in New York. But then I'd be in the studio from like 4 to like 2 in the afternoon. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. That's like almost 11 hours. Some days I was doing 15. I mean, the course that I wrote is like really massive. There's like a lot of moving parts to it. And I wanted to do it in a way that I hadn't really seen other people teach design patterns before. So I focused primarily on using unit test and test-driven development to learn design patterns. So I'm hoping that that resonates with new developers who are questioning probably themselves on why they're even doing any of this stuff and if they should just be using AI for everything. All right, let's build and do this as v4. This is a very weirdly iterative process, and if you didn't notice before, I have my other one was like a version 99, so I just slowly keep iterating on this until I finally get these templates to work the way I want. So I've also been working on a really detailed book about how to set up Coder and local dev environments and all that stuff. And I plan on trying to get, I have so many of these projects that are so close to being finished that I need to like pull together. So I'm just hoping that I can just start offloading more and more of this to Copilot to at least get that last like 5% done for me, which is always like historically the worst part of any project. So tired. I like woke up at like 3 this morning. It was like, all right, I'll just sleep for a little bit, then get up. Because usually I get up around like 4 in the morning, and I woke up. Then I like re-woke back up at like 6:30. I'm like, oh crap, I like slept in. Is this still running everything? Yeah, let's just let it do its thing. Let's just double check here if this didn't get stopped with anything. Let's keep our changes, and now we can look at what has happened here. Cool, everything is broken now. Let me restart this and see what happened here. It's funny, I'm noticing some like UI bugs now with the, I just upgraded to the latest version of Coder, so that's a good bug. Is everything down? Whoa. I've never seen this before. What is going on here? Overwrite. Is this like a kernel panic? Is this a panic on my server? Let me see. Reload window. Coder. This is still running, so that's... Find and replace the broken service message. We'll start with... Alright, so... Let's update this now. And we will make this version 5. TypeScript service is trying to import from types, missing module exports, type conflicts. Okay, let it fix its stuff. What I want to see now is I just need to get like a working version of Directus up and running. Oh, cool. Now this wants my attention. Delete that, sure, whatever. Or that's just replacing stuff. I gotta remember the next time it asks me to do something, you can, there's like a little drop down caret next to it, and you can have it continue working while you are off doing something else. Alright, is this done? Or are we still building stuff? Alright, now it hit it. Oh my god, I don't know what's going... Let me refresh this for a second. Nope. That is a bug in Coder. That is rather annoying. Let me see if I can just look at the logs from here. Come on. Copy. Did this work? Wait, I need to put this in the right window. I'm still not seeing anything on the Jegs page. Are you sure you are passing in all the details correctly, including mapping the port to the one exposed by traffic. I mean, the good news is that this has been on my list for a while now to create this template for a database, so at least I can spin up a database whenever I need to in my dev server. Fix the MySQL permission issue by wrapping the MySQL commands with sudo. This should let the root user access MySQL initialize directives properly. Let me know. Alright, let's see now. It's always concerning to me when I don't see it actually like changing line numbers. Ugh, it feels like a nap day today. Definitely feels like a nap day. Let's update and restart. This needs my attention. We don't need you to run those commands. I can run those commands. All right, let's restart you too. Alright, still getting some errors there. Oh my god, I'm like so hungry. And I can smell what's being cooked for lunch and it's making me want to go eat. Excuse me. Alright. I think I'm getting as far as I can this morning. I still have a bunch of other work that I need to focus on. I think it ran the wrong command. Upload from files, downloads, documents, downloads. All right, and let's come back here. And storage key, I need to fix the compilation errors. The main issues are the storage keys command. Import, export mismatches between services and method signature matches. Everything's working perfect today. Continue. Alright, it says it's fixed it. Let's see if there's any new line numbers. This can't be like possible. Like, how is it fixing this if the line numbers are staying the same every time? I wish it would give me like a diff. Let's see. Okay, fine, whatever. Let's build, we'll make this version 7. Then we will restart this. We will come back here, and this wants to remove some stuff. Great. I do wonder why it does this stuff here. think it like tries to delete it, and then once it tries to delete it, it tries to override it again. Because this wanted to delete the corrupted file. Delete. This definitely takes its sweet time trying to set up. I was about to go check my email to see if I got dinged on YouTube for the wrong. When I started the stream, I wasn't playing my own playlist. I wasn't playing the. I was playing something that wasn't royalty free. What is this song? Default options are for reading the following. Let's see if I just copy all this stuff. Yeah, why don't you have a solution for this problem? What am I paying you for? All right, delete this file. I'll do like another iteration or two, and then probably just call this a day. What I'm really most interested in, the lines in your startup script have double commands: fix, remove. So here's what I want to see. I want to see if we find, like, it's bothering me that I don't see. Hold on a second. All the fixes. All right, let's delete this or get children or whatever it's doing. I will say this definitely puts me to sleep watching these AIs do work. At least it's loading something, getting closer to something. Well, at least it's creating something here. All right. All right, give this another 5 minutes, and then I'm going to wrap up the stream for today, but I will be back tomorrow. I have some other stuff I need to do this afternoon that I really need to get off my plate that I didn't do while I was out in California. So I will work on that and hopefully free myself up so I can have like a full day of working on this project because it needs to get done. I have another month, but I'm really trying not to sit on this. So we'll see how far I can make it. Come on. It moved one line of code down, so maybe that's enough to fix this. All right, continue. Yeah, next on my list is I need to get this stuff working where I can just pull down the entire project locally and using like dev containers and stuff. But it's such a weird setup. I really need to think through that. And considering how much, yeah, continue to iterate. Continue until you're actually working. Considering how much I am like not, I am still running into issues with just getting a simple database up and running on my dev server. There still seems to be some work that needs to be done. So, all right, how about this? Why don't we just call this a day at this point? There really wasn't anything exciting to go over. It's just going to take me a couple hours to hack through getting the database up and running, and then getting this tool to actually compile without errors. Let me see if it's still running. All right, it's still running. So, all right. Well, anyways, thanks for watching. I will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. And I think for the majority of this week, with the exception of Friday, because I have to go to my office, I will be live streaming. So I will see you then.